To witness the launch of this one-week media training program. To guest of honor, I wish to particularly thank you for finding the time off your busy schedule to come and grace this grand occasion. As you may be aware by now, Investigative has partnered with OCISA on 3 causes, which can be summarized as democracy with accountable governance, press freedom, and whistleblowing. These non-partisan interactive forums have so far facilitated overwhelming debates on topics such as the separation of powers in Zambia, such as the misuse of donor aid, challenges around farmer input support systems, mining tax regime change, and job losses in the mining sector. Guest of honor, what brings us here today is the second advocacy program for free but professional and ethical journalism. Newstakers and OCISA are cognizant of the fact that fake news and lack of professionalism among media practitioners has posed a serious threat to the right to press freedom. As committed media partners, we have taken heed to the call from the government through your ministry for media houses to take practical steps and enhancing ethical and professional journalism. With support from OCISA today, we are witnessing a convergence of media partners who have come together to respond to evolving career challenges through the Advanced Skills Development Project. Your Excellencies and distinguished guests, this training program is not only for Newsdigger's in-house reporters, but for needy practitioners from all across the country, as we have heard today. As such, 25 young and enterprising media practitioners have been carefully selected from hundreds of participants to undergo the one-week vigorous training course in investigative journalism and fact-checking. Highly acclaimed international and local media trainers have been brought together, brought in all sorts of skills such as investigative reporting, and are eager to impart these skills to the participants of this program. Candidates for this course include journalists from radio, television, newspapers, and freelancers from state and private institutions, such as our friend from Mast. These news reporters have gathered here for this training program, and they hail from all parts of the country, including Kasama, Manson, Kawe, Chipata, Shoma, Livingston, and of course, Lusaka. The objective of this initiative is to build a crop of highly skilled digital news reporters who will set the bar high for ethical investigative journalism here in the Republic of Zambia. From this one-week course, these participants are expected to learn the following: how to become digital detectives, why all journalists at all levels must be investigative, fact-checking tools in the digital world, how to identify fake news, misinformation, and hoaxes, reporting on politics and elections, and ethics for investigative journalism. We believe that this crop of journalists will be capable of influencing positive reporting trends in the media fraternity as well as governance style. I'd like to thank you all once again for finding the time to come and witness this grand event today. I wish all the participants the best in this vigorous training.
As you go through this training, the question is, how many of you are checking facts before you publish them? How many of you take time to investigate before you publish a story as true In fact, how many of you take a payment to publish a lie? Your job as media is under more scrutiny than ever before because of the rise of the so-called fake news, alongside the increasing use of the internet and social media to communicate information to large numbers of people at a click of a button. In this environment, where every mobile phone user is potentially the reporter, editor, and publisher, a truly professional journalist should strive to distinguish themselves from the amateurs with a mobile phone who circulate gossip, skewed reporting, and unconfirmed stories. This training is seeking to address the question of what Zambia needs in terms of investigative journalism and fact-checking. I have three thoughts for consideration during this training. First, structural and systematic discrimination against women in our communities is holding back development in Zambia. Propagating gender stereotyping and harmful practices and attitudes about manhood and womanhood through the media is rank and professionalism. It perpetuates discrimination and sexual objectification and incites violence against women and girls. How can you be a more professional investigative journalist, whether you're a man or a woman, who can expose and challenge this structural and systematic discrimination against women, and who can thus make a contribution to achieving gender equality across the board? Second, fake news and unprofessionalism have serious consequences, particularly when used to attack individuals. How can you be the type of investigative journalist who can resist the sensationalized headline of a cheap, personalized attack and instead persist with an investigation over time so as to uncover facts and a story worth reporting instead of slander and worthless innuendo? Third, and as I conclude, there is a crying need for better flows of information to people in Zambia. How can journalists play their role of being an information bridge to inform people on issues of national and local interest, setting out clearly the underlying issues, thus helping to promote transparency and incentivizing positive change? As it is said, sunlight is the best disinfectant. I thank you all and wish you success in this training.
Boards and other media representatives. So I encourage the 25 journalists selected for this one-week training of Vigor to ask questions, revisit some stories you've written in the past, and challenge yourselves to dig deeper in your reporting. I know this can be done here in Zambia. I was really enthralled by the consistent and digging deeper reporting of the Needle Boy story. I really commend the press for following up on that story. And if media can do its investigative journalism just so that in the vein of the Needle Boy story, then I think investigative journalism can reap or can produce many benefits for the media environment here. To the participants, I ask you to remember your responsibility to your reading public. Are you doing your profession and the public a service or a disservice in your work? This week's training here is the easy part. Putting into practice your additional skills in the face of your professional, personal, and ethical conflicts of interest when writing real stories will remain your perpetual challenge. Your reaction to these situations will determine your progress as a media professional. Again, I would like to thank the organizers of this program for the invitation to share the U.S. government's thoughts on such a valuable initiative. I wish all participants success. Thank you very much.
I want to congratulate News Diggers for its collaboration with the Open Society Initiative for Southern Africa in sponsoring the media training program that we are launching today. And I note with approval that participants have been selected from a broad geographical range within Zambia and from a variety of news media organizations. To those attending the training program, I would say two things. First, fact-checking. helps to counter disinformation. Very important. Second, once you are certain of your facts, you need courage and fortitude to tell the truth, whatever resistance you encounter. Because that's the essence of your job, to tell the truth. If you're not willing to adhere to the facts and tell the truth, if you attempt to fabricate or alter the truth, then frankly you should find yourself another job. Because you are betraying your profession, and it is a profession, an honourable one. And you are letting down those who have given their lives for it, including the ones that I mentioned at the beginning. Thank you very much, Zuko.
I must hasten to mention that the Ministry of Information and Broadcasting Services is very pleased with initiatives such as the one being launched this morning, media training program in investigative journalism and fact-checking. Government acknowledges the amount of resources that have been and continue being used to train media practitioners by various stakeholders, including government itself. What is disturbing, however, is the fact that there is a mismatch between the resources being expended and the standard of media outputs on the market. The number of complaints by the general public regarding the conduct of some media houses and their practitioners is a clear demonstration that there is something which is wrong somewhere. So we see that there is a lot of investment in this training, in the trainings in the media. Almost every week there is a gathering somewhere, people are being trained in journalism issues, but we are also seeing a mismatch between the amount of resources in terms of time, money being spent to train journalists and the output that we are seeing. So I've just mentioned that how we know this is by the number of complaints that are coming to the ministry. Every day there is a complaint against this media house, there is a complaint about this journalist and so on. So we have been asking a question, what is going on? Is it the training which is not adequate? But when we look at the content of the training, even this one, it's so rich. So we are asking, what is the problem? Where is the issue? Why can't we put that which we are learning in practice? Our assessment as the ministry is that media training cannot be faulted, so there is nothing wrong with media training. That's the conclusion that we have come to. The standard of training offered in both private and public institutions is actually above average, and also the in-service training that is taking place, like this one that we have, is above average. The problem seems to be with the practitioners. What we have noticed is that some practitioners have simply decided not to practice that which they have been taught during their training. So on that note, it is my honor and privilege to declare on behalf of the Ministry of Information and Broadcasting Services the training program officially launched. I thank you and God bless you.
Guest of honor, we appreciate your concern that there is a lot of training that is going on in the media sector to enhance our skills. However, the very little that is done to ensure that those skills go into practice. And it's for that reason that we have called these people, and when they go back to their respective media institutions, we will have a follow-up program. So we are not letting them go. We are partners now. And we believe that as a media organization, collaboration is very, very important. Some of the investigative stories that we would like to be doing, we would like to do them in collaboration with other media institutions. We believe that few is many, as our trainer Raymond Joseph, who is seated here, has told us already, that there is already very serious need for journalists to collaborate and make sure that their efforts are considered.